everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here. We're back. We're doing a best of 3 Zendikar Rising draft. Yeah, it's a good pack here. Tons of good green cards. Jeez. Cobra at rare, we got Vine Gecko, Sproutling, all these good kicker cards, Rabbit Bite removal, Visionary, Baloth. And it's basically only green cards in here that are really excellent too. Yeah, this is actually a tough pick. My gut wants to just go Vine Gecko. There's less decks that it works with, but I love this card. Cobra does a similar thing, but it doesn't grow like Gecko. But Cobra also ramps and fixes, whereas this only reduces the cost of kicker spells. Ugh. I guess I go Cobra. It does let you jump from 2 to 4. It's pretty good. I don't know. It was a tough pack there. All right. Well, follow-up pick, we could take the Visionary, which I'm okay with. It stays on color with our first pick. Otherwise, we could take the Falconer, which is probably a better card. Yeah, I mean, it also is evasive. It's finisher. It still kind of works for a Simic kicker deck. I'd much rather follow up a Vine Gecko with a Falconer, but this is perfectly acceptable. All right, we can go Falconer here. It's better enough than the Visionary where it probably makes sense. Other notable picks, yeah, it's basically just Visionary, Falconer. Riptide for a kicker deck is good too. Some other playables in here. Allied Assault for party decks can be quite excellent. Hellion's playable, Sellsword's playable, Healer's playable, Raptor's playable. Some playable stuff, nothing else super exciting in there. Ooh, well, Verazal pick 3. That's a good one. Really wish I'd gotten that Gecko first pick now, but it's okay. Like I said, Cobra and Gecko, fairly similar. Just Cobra ramps for more things, but Gecko grows. So, easy Verazal here, though. Yeah, great card. I would say puts us pretty firmly in kicker at that point. I guess you don't have to. It still is just a good card. But other notable picks here. I mean, Baloth's playable, obviously. Wings is a great sideboard card. Survivor's playable. I like Mind Drain. I like... That's about it. Some other playable stuff in here. Nothing exceptional. Verazal's quite good. So we can take Reclaim the Waste. That's got kicker. We can do Tazim Royal Mage. That's got kicker. There's Dwari Disruption, Spellland. I personally like Dwari Disruption, though maybe getting a Royal Mage is good here. It's card advantage. It's also a 2-drop. I think I like it more than Reclaim, though Reclaim is playable here too. They both have kicker. Probably take the Royal Mage. We're in the kicker colors, so I like what Royal Mage can do. Like I said, I actually really like Dwari Disruption. I've had a lot of good experiences with that card. Kind of easy Visionary here, I think. Doesn't have kicker, but just nets you a card when you play it. I was kind of... I undervalued this card at the beginning of the format, but I see its value now. It's pretty excellent. Another one? Okay. Otherwise, Shell Shield has kicker, so that would give us some kind of cool synergies. I think I'd still rather just have Visionary. Just get to the mana, play your 3/2s that's drawing you cards. Geopede's a good card in here. I like Blood Beckoning. Sentinel would obviously be playable in here too, especially with Verazal. But let's take the Visionary. All right, here we could take Survivor. Kind of got my eye on Spare Supplies just because I like that card a lot. I'm up on Spare Supplies. Cleric of Chill Depths playable. Glacial Grass playable. I can get it back with Royal Mage too. I think I'd rather just have Spare Supplies, get some card draw. Reclaim here is a nice pickup, actually. It's card advantage with kicker. Can find us more lands in a pinch. Nothing else here really for us, so now we're back to pack 1 where there was like 8 green cards, so I'm hoping we can get a good green card back. Asking for Gecko is probably a bit too much, but it would be nice if we could get the Rabbit Bite. That certainly wheels. probably getting the Visionary, I would expect, unless everybody jumped in green. That's kind of a tough pack because there's just so many good green cards that it's like, what else do you take unless you're just actively avoiding green? So here, Blightblade, Baloth are fine, but I guess we'll take Geyser Mage. It's got Kicker, so we can double it with Verazol. Yeah, I like it. Didn't wheel the Visionary, but that's not a big deal. I think I maybe take the first Geyser Mage over the third Visionary anyway. All right, Riptide's good for this deck. Definitely good for this deck. We already have a few Kicker, just 3, but we're in the colors to find more, so makes sense to me. Broken Wings, I'm going to take over the Cleric. It's a great sideboard card. Ascetic is totally playable. I guess Chilling Trap is too, but we'll take that. We'll let somebody have a Core Celebrant last pick to really indicate we're not in white. Skydiver is a good card. It's also got Kicker. Hornbeetle is cool. There's another Visionary in here. I kind of like Skydiver. Stealing Artifacts is cool, but also you just get a flyer. You can double it with Verazol pretty easily too. Not that you'd really want to. I guess you could get another flyer. Yeah, it flies. It's cheap. I like Field Research too, but this can like trigger your Risen Riptide or your Falconer for 1 extra mana as well. It's kind of cool. It just synergistically kind of makes sense for the deck, I think. And you get that evasion. So Kabira Takedown on the splash, more cute than rational, I think. Maybe early in the format I probably would have done it, especially since we have the Reclaim the Waste. But we probably take Gnarlid Colony or Sentinel here. It's probably Gnarlid Colony. It's just a 2-drop. With Kicker. Yeah. Maybe more likely to wield a Sentinel anyway. Into the Royal's a great pickup here. I like Infiltrator a lot, but I don't think this is the right deck for it. Into the Royal, we don't have any removal currently, so I think Into the Royal to me makes sense. So Field Research now, I like. We'll take over Might of Marasa, yeah. Get some card advantage, some card draw. Seems good. It's got Kicker. Can't go wrong. So Squid versus Stomper. There's also another Spare Supplies, which you know I like, but probably take the Squid here. It's just a cheap blocker, buys you time. Kicker decks tend to do exceptionally well mid to late, so Squid gives us some survivability early on, which I think is good. Here, we can take the Sentinel, another Spare Supplies in here. Pick 6 Cleric of Lifespawn, geez. Buying Veil, Spell Land would be good as well. Maybe take the Sentinel, though, just because it's got Kicker, it flies, works really well with Verazol. Copy that spell. I feel like when you copy a kicked spell, you get 2 4/5s. I feel like I've done that before, and it does work for some reason. Even though that isn't quite making sense in my brain, I do think that's how it works. Vastwood Fortification is a combat trick that's also a land. I think we want that. Another Broken Wings out of sideboard would be fine. I'd play the Baloth or the second Sentinel, but we'll take the spell in there. I like Fortification. It's a good card. Can take Cleric of Chill Depths for sideboard. Probably not going to play Scale the Heights anyway. I'll take another Broken Wings for sideboard. This card can be very valuable in certain matchups. One of the more valuable sideboard cards green can get. There's a Turn Timber Ascetic in here too, but at this point I'd rather have the Broken Wings. Don't need any of this. I guess I'll just take the Utility Knife I'm not going to play. Take the weakest card. Take the blue card we're not going to play. Take a Spare Supplies, which I might play. I guess we have Field Research at this point, so I still could, yeah. Another Verazol? Well, that's cool. All right. Take a second one. There's a Fortification in here. To be cool to wheel. The Riptide I'd like to wheel. We don't have a ton of evasion, so Kite Sail's probably okay too. Usually end up cutting it, though, in decks like this that have more of a solid late game plan, but not a big deal. Easy Verazol here. Okay, Lull Mage is familiar. Yeah, I'd say that's what we're looking for. It's ramp, life gain. I want another Into the Royal. I want the Royal Mage, but we're taking the familiar. I mean, it's our uncommon for the color, so it makes sense. Good card. Still probably playing 18 lands. We'll see. We do have Reclaim the Waste, so that could let us ease up a little bit on the lands, but we've got some big mana sinks here. At this point, we're probably not playing 3 Spare Supplies, but it's not that out of the question. All right, here I think it's an easy Florahedron. We've got enough mid to late game where having 2 2-drop ramp cards seems really good to me. Lets us jump. Otherwise, it's like another Broken Wings for sideboard of the Blightblade. I guess Shell Shield's got kicker. We have the kicker synergies, but I'd still rather have a Florahedron. So I said already, I really like Dwari Disruption. Otherwise, I'm taking another Reclaim the Waste, which is fine. But I just love Dwari Disruption. This card really does things for me a lot of the times. And I think I like it more than a second Reclaim. All right, we can take the Squid here, but I guess we take Rabid Bite. We don't have any actual removal, and that just makes sense, yeah. You take Rabid Bite. As much as I want another Squid, we could use some actual removal in here, so we'll do it. Can take the Blightblade, can take the Kite Sail, can take the Brute. I guess Blightblade can buy some time. Works with Rabid Bite. Yeah, it's acceptable. Might be relegated to sideboard. We'll see. Can take the Negate. It's at least a good sideboard card. I don't think I want to play anything else here anyway, so all right. Yeah, I guess we could take another Negate, but I'm kind of on board with Stomper. We have some spell lands here, and Stomper's a good finisher. I guess we already have the 2 Verazals for finishing, but whatever. I think we have a lot of mana too, so we should be able to make it work. Baloth might make the deck. We can jump to that fairly easily. I don't think that's going to make the deck, though. Well, we got Broken Wings for days. I probably don't need a third. I'm just going to take 20 gems. I mean, a third is fine. I can certainly see times where sideboarding into 3 Broken Wings is probably something you do. If this is a PTQ, you obviously take the 3rd Broken Wings for sideboard, but I'd rather just have 20 gems. It doesn't seem extremely likely I would sideboard into 3 Broken Wings. It's a lot of Broken Wings. All right. Cut the lands, see what we've got for spell lands. I'm going to play 18 because we can do a lot with our mana. We've got the sinks like Verazals. This is 12, 13, 14, 15. We want to play 18. We can easily cut creatures. I kind of want to cut the Blightblade. Not that it's bad. It's just I don't think we need it. I'd rather just have spare supplies with a bunch of extra mana, drawing a ton of cards, keeping busy early. I feel comfortable cutting a Blightblade. So then 2 more cuts. Well, I could cut 2 spare supplies. I mean, this is a top end too. You have to keep in mind. It's true. Could at least cut 1 spare supplies. Then I probably am comfortable cutting 1 more creature. I don't know what it is. Ascetic gains life. It could be Stomper. Could be Baloth. Stomper is more expensive. Baloth is a better early attacker, but we're more of a late game win deck anyway, I think, just because we've got the fat. Curve-wise, maybe it just makes more sense to cut the Stomper because we already have Verazals, which at 6 mana are, what, 8/8? No, it's just a 6 mana 6/6. Which is still good. Doesn't have trample, but... If I cut another spare supplies, what does that leave me for card draw? It leaves me with... I mean, in theory, I could cut the Reclaim the Waste too. What does that leave me for kicker? Because I'm playing 18 lands, so I don't know if I need the Reclaim, but it's still nice to have. Leaves us with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... Only 7, so we probably want to keep it. I might cut one more spare supplies. It just feels like something I should cut, I guess. Because we still have the card draw of Into the Royals. We have spare supplies. We have field research. We have the Visionaries. Still have a lot of card draw. All right. I'm satisfied. It looks good. We have double blue here, double blue here, double blue here. Wait, did I already count this? I think I did. Double blue here. So more green, but more double blue. We're doing 18 lands. Maybe we can just do an even split. Kind of okay with that. So Simic Kicker. Looks good to me. Okay. We'll run it like this. We'll see you round 1. All right, round 1, our opponent is going to play first, and this is a keep. All right, opponent mulls to 6 and then keeps. Might just play a turn 4 Verazol. 4 mana 4/4 is not bad. Obviously, if we draw spells in the meantime, I probably prioritize those since this just gets better the later the game goes. But it's going to be hard to pass up on a 4 mana 4/4 if I just rip lands here. All right. Cobra's cool. Would let me do a turn 4 Ascetic. But if I play Riptide, Riptide's better use of mana and it can block the Scythe Cat. I guess we prevent damage then. I kind of like that more. Next turn, I could play the Cobra. It depends on if they kill the Riptide or not. But I may be able to play Cobra, leave up Fortification. That way, if they have 2 land drops, I can still block with the Riptide. And then maybe ramp into a bigger Verazol with my Cobra the following turn. Set up for some big kicker stuff. I might be okay with that. Nectar Pot I like to see, because that's not super intimidating. Alright. Geyser Mage is good too. But for now, yeah, that actually is good. So we can do the Cobra. We can do land, and doesn't matter, and then pass, and leave up the Fortification to pump the Riptide so I can still block the Scythe Cat. And next turn I can do a Verazol that's with the land and Lotus Cobra, a 6/6. And then I can start maybe copying my Geyser Mage if I rip more lands after that. Probably attack with everything. That makes sense. I agree with that attack. We're just going to prevent damage here. I mean, I could actually kill one of their things, but I don't think it's worth taking the damage there, so we'll just prevent the damage for now. I can Geyser Mage here. I wonder if that's better. I might just have to take a big hit and play the Verazol now. Oh. X should be 4. Like, I want to copy the Geyser Mage, I think, and do a double bounce. Granted, I need another land to do that, but if I don't get the land, I can at least play the Ascetic. All right, Lagac, not the most intimidating. Is their last card a land? It's not? Well, that's good news. We can copy into the Royal now as well, which I believe we're going to do. Wonder if I can attack too, because they might not even block. Am I in a position to... I think I am. This is a big attack potentially here. I want to see how they block. And if they don't block, it's great for us anyway. We deal 1 billion damage and bounce their 2 biggest dudes. And if they do, I feel like if they do any sort of, yeah, like this, we just destroy them. So we target the Scythe Cat. And we do want to copy it and bounce the Baloth. Well, we missed our land drop. And unfortunately, we can't play the spare supplies. Getting the reclaim, being able to play the reclaim would have been nice, but it's not a huge deal. But yeah, being able to play Reclaim actually would have been quite good, because we would have been able to jam a land. I should have thought about that. It's not a huge deal. It definitely escaped my mind, but I would have been able to play like a spare supplies too. It would have been really cool, actually. Reclaim, get a land, play it, ramp, spare supplies. It would have been nice. But not the end of the world. Totally okay. We'll figure it out. Falconer's a good draw. Let's Gosh, I mean, we can... What can I do here? I can reclaim, get 2 lands. Can also just reclaim, get 1 land. But I kind of want to bash for 10. Yeah, let's... I think this is... Do this. I admittedly wish I could do a little bit more here, but it's okay. We're not copying with Verazal, that's for sure. I guess we'll get green and a blue. So we can play the green and add blue, it doesn't matter. Could play the Geyser Mage. But it's our last kicker spell, so I guess we'll just do Spare Supplies instead. We already used our fortification? Yeah, we did. That's a good draw. Let's get in for 10. They could have Might of Marasa here, but they don't even get good value out of that. They could have Roiling Regrowth. That just gives them a trade. They still would have to lose their cat. That's all I'm really seeing. Oops. I think they might have screwed up. They might have been trying to chump block there and didn't know about Control Z. Unfortunately, you can't message on this, so I could explain that to them. So next turn we'll have access to 8 mana with the Lotus Cobra, which means we could go Familiar Falconer, we can go Familiar Ascetic. Both of those seem pretty good to me. Probably Familiar Falconer, I guess, is the most appealing. It won't buff my Riptide, though. I don't know if that matters. I mean, alternatively, I can just Geyser Mage. It doesn't make the best use of mana, but Geyser Mage copied with Verazal. Yeah, I guess at that point we can just win. They're attacking with everything, oddly. And then I don't even have to copy the Geyser Mage with Verazal, and we have lethal. I suppose I have lethal anyway with the Cobra, though. Maybe I do copy it. Just get an extra body on the board. It's an extra total power, and I get to bounce 2 things. Probably worth it. Guess we go land, add the blue. Technically, we can still cash out Spare Supplies, so this is actually pretty good. We could even cash out the Spare Supplies first. But why don't we let's just win. They might just concede anyway. Yeah, it does straight up copy kicker. Which is pretty nuts. And I guess we can... I mean, they're dead unless they've got... I'm trying to think what instant speed... Not Molten Blast. Not Call the Ambush. I don't think there's anything. So playing against what? Gruul Landfall? All right. So after a little bit of a pause, they did end up dying. So we have Broken Wings. We have Negates. Anti-Cognition. So we actually have decent sideboard options. But nothing nothing I'm really feeling like bringing in here. Broken Wings and Negate hit basically nothing. Currently nothing. And Anti-Cognition probably not necessarily worth here, so let's run her back. All right, opponent is going first. We don't have any green mana. I got to be honest, I'm still tempted to keep this. I think I will. How much green mana do I have in this deck? I have 9. Yeah, it's enough. Yeah, it is enough. We'll keep it. I'm going to hold off on the Dwari Disruption. I don't know if it's a good idea, but... All right, that was a good rep. So I guess we can leave up the... Yeah, we can leave up the Dry Disruption. Tuk Rubble Fort. Well, I guess we... To be honest, I don't even want to, but... I guess I don't want their dudes to have haste either. Haste with landfall really isn't even that scary, but that's alright. Whatever. Whatever. We'll do the Sentinel here. It blocks the Hellhound, which I kind of like. Then next turn I can do Verazal, or I can do a Kicked Reclaim the Waste. I think I like Kicked Reclaim more. Just lets us go Falconer, Stomper, and then Verazal. And basically we just have to take one turn off, and our Verazal gets better. We're guaranteed to make land drops. I think it's better. Could protect myself a little bit by playing Verazal. It depends on if they have a land drop here. But I still think we just go Reclaim. Get our land. Start kicking out the fatties. Attack is pretty irrelevant. Especially when you're tapped out. Alright, so we can do Florahedron. It's not bad. But no, we go Kicked Reclaim here. And I guess we just get another green and blue pass. So then we can go Falconer into Stomper into Verazal probably. Might have to actually trade Falconer for Scythe Cat, but we've got more cards in hand and more action, so it's probably fine. Sure. Alright, field research is in fact a card, but we're looking at Falconer here. And yeah, I'm willing to trade it for a Scythe Cat. Just because we've got fatties on the way here as well as field research, so we just need to survive. Alright, not quite dead. Close, though. So, let's see the best. We can play... We probably just go Verazol for as a 6/6. It's better than... Because it forces them to have a land, I think. Because if they don't have the land, they can't attack with the Scythe Cat. Could have gone Florahedron plus 4/4, but no, I think it makes more sense to get the 6/6 out there. All right, here he's lithoforming. So see how many land drops they get. They only got one. That's pretty excellent. Because now they're in pretty big trouble with just 3 lands. And they're attacking too, no less, huh? Well, we'll trade off Verazol for Scythe Cat. We've got much more stuff going on than they do here. Why would you attack with the Hellhound? Yeah, that doesn't make sense. All right, Skydiver we can play that for 3. I mean, it just makes the most sense to just play a Stomper and an untapped land and then pass. Could also get in for 4. I mean, I can play a bunch of different bodies in case they have another Song Mad Treachery. It's not the best use of mana, though. We're probably safe just playing a Stomper. No land bounce. Play a land and then pass. I mean, I could have attacked for 4 there. But... I mean, I guess we died of Song Mad Treachery anyway, so maybe I should have just attacked for 4. I don't actually know what they could have that would kill Stomper anyway there. So 7, 8 lands now. We can go kicked field research and still do... Yeah, let's do that. Cobra's cool too. I don't have any 2 toughness 2 drops here. Well, I guess we're attacking with Stomper, and then I'll play Florahedron, I guess. Well, nine mana currently. Guess we go spare supplies first here. Can go Cobra land. And we still have 7 mana. Can actually do Skydiver for 3 and still do the Bailoth. And I'm just doing this to get the kicker. Do I even want a Riptide? I kind of want to bounce or a Rabid Bite to take care of Lagak. Say they kill one of my guys and attack with everything and have a land. We still don't technically die. So I think we get in here. So, like I said, they have Kill Spell for Bailoth. I guess we die to a Might of Marasa at that point. Didn't they already play one, though? Guess they could have another one. I'm a little bit in a rush to kill them now, so... Well, that block is the worst. It's the worst block they could possibly do. They forgot about Trample. I mean, I'm in a rush because I'm also just in Royal Eruption range. They don't have a land drop. I can't believe we're not dead. Alright, looks like we got there. We'll see you round 2. Alright, round 2, we'll play first. That's keep. Good hand. Technically need the 4th land in order to get the Visionary, but we can always turn 3 a Geyser Mage if we need a blocker. Dry Disruption is at its best in the beginning of the game, I would think. Who would have thought a 2-mana 4 spike could be so good? I think some people just don't like it, but I do. I like it. Good draw. Definitely countering that. Get a 3-2 out there. Visionary into maybe Falconer if we get that second blue. Otherwise, another Visionary too is fine. Yeah, that's fine by me. All right, Barazal's good, but let's go Visionary. Barazal's only getting better later, so... There we go. Now we can go Visionary into Falconer. Quite good. Opponent uses Cleansing Wildfire on my land. Well, they didn't do it on their own. This is a legend. Gotta Watch myself here. Gotta check myself before I wreck myself. They've got, wow, that's good, actually. Why don't we just bash for 7 and then play a 5/5 Verazol? It seems pretty good. Not sure exactly what they're doing. Got 2 Vine Geckos and a Cleansing Wildfire. Like, are they going for a kicker plan or a landfall plan? Vine Gecko Scorch Rider is kind of cool. Rabid Bite, huh? Yeah, I like that. Guess we can go Visionary first, too. Why not? Actually, I should have hit the Gecko, because they could have... Maybe there's not a 1-mana green, or a 2-mana green kicker spell. There's a 1, like, Shell Shield if they had blue up. They're not even playing blue, but that's the only one where you can actually do a 1-mana kick spell, that I think. It's the only 1-mana kick spell with Vine Gecko that I can think of. All right. So they're at 1. All right, so we got game 1. They're playing Gruul. Looks like Gruul Kicker. They do have the Scorch Rider, which is cool synergy with the Vine Gecko, actually. 5 mana, 4/3 haste, pump it. Not bad. Not bad. Obviously not the best use of Vine Gecko, but not bad. And they have Sproutling, too, to make it cheaper, so that's cool. Wildfire's out of place, but sometimes maybe you just need a cantrip. Maybe they've got some... Maybe they've got some landfallers in there. I mean, they're in green and red, so that makes sense. Okay. Sideboard options. I guess Blightblade, if they're more aggro than they appear. I mean, they definitely can be aggro, but I don't feel like I need the Blightblade. We certainly didn't need it rather that game. Were we on the draw or the play? I can't even remember. I think we were on the play, though. Otherwise, Negates and Broken Wings again. Negate has some targets, I guess, Rebuke and Wildfire, but probably not worth it. Anti-Cognition has some things we can hit. Might be worth it. I'm not loving it. We probably run her back. I mean, that worked pretty well for us there, I would say. If they go balls to the wall aggro here, we can fit in the Blightblade probably. All right, this is a keep. We're going to have to play that Fortification as a land, but I can accept that. Our opponent wanted us to play first. This is the second time this has happened recently, and I still find it strange. We can play this as a 2/2. It's not the most exciting 2/2 in the world, but we've got some good action going on in our hand. We have the Visionary to help fuel this sweet Verazol, so I think it's worth it. especially if they're going to use Rebuke on a colony. All right, we can actually play the Skydiver here. But no, it makes way more sense to do Riptide and then Skydiver, because then we get to pay the 1 kicker for nothing, but activate our Riptide and Bash for 5. Get a flyer on top of that. Although if I rip a land, I probably just go Visionary. Better use of mana. Yeah, you know what? I'm okay with it. I'm okay with getting a 3/2 and missing out on 5 points of damage for now. We'll find it. We'll get it later. Believe you me. So we probably do the Skydiver. Kicked for 1, yeah. Not the best use of mana, admittedly, but next turn I can go Verazal for as a 6/6, which I like. And then we can probably end up copying Sentinel and being pretty happy about that if we find another land in the meantime. They're off their 2nd color too, which is obviously something to note here. All right, we did get it, so just get in for 2 and drop Verazal for 6. And then next turn we can copy Sentinel too, which is really good. And activate our Riptide. So we actually do this pre-combat, even though it weakens our Verazal. We want to activate that Riptide, so it makes sense. Just to get 2 mana. I mean, I'm willing to trade my Verazal for a Scorch Rider and Bash for 7 and have just a boatload of flyers. This is fine. We don't have any action left anyway, so getting dudes off their board is totally okay with me. I mean, we have a lot of lethal here in the air now. All right. We'll see you for the finals. All right. Well, we've got, what was it? How many? We've got 9 green and sources to draw. We're on the draw. We've got blue spells with blue mana. It's worth keeping. The green mana would go a long way here. But blue mana is acceptable as well. Let's just play the Geyser Mage. Well, I don't think I want to race, so I'm just going to keep the Skydiver back. I can block with this, right? Yeah. All right, we'll play the Spare Supplies. And get in with the Geyser Mage. So I think we want to rip land more than play the Riptide here. Did get the land, that's good. Let's see. Might be able to attack for 5 now. Follow up with a Rabid Bite. It's weird to me that they wanted to trade, but alright. Alright, they didn't have the land there. We're up to 5. We can go Cobra plus Lull Mage's Familiar, so we'll do that. Guess we could play a 4-drop off of this, but no, it's... Guess it's okay to just do this and get the Familiar. That's fine. Not a big deal. We can get back Rabid Bite too. We can play Stomper. And block. I mean, this technically keeps us off Stomper, but not anymore. So let's just play the big dude here. And I think we will actually return a forest, just because it kind of double ramps this next turn. Sort of. Ooh, fortification, huh? Well, what do we want to do here? We have access to 5, 6, 7 lands, which is not quite enough to do Royal Mage plus Rabid Bite. Maybe just want to set up for it. Yeah. Probably attack with Stomper. Play Riptide. Guess we go land. And pass. And we'll block with the Riptide. Can't protect it, so we'll allow that. So we can they have 1 card left. We can attack with both. But we need the extra mana from Lotus Cobra, so we can't really surprise them. Well, we probably just go land Colony Kicked and pass. And that's not a huge deal. Oh, Oh, I see. Well, this is actually fine. So we take our damage here. We're going to fortification the colony. Although we still don't have the lands to. Huh. All right. Well, technically we need one more land. Yeah. Yeah, now we maybe took too long. Yeah. That's too bad. This should have been... I think we should have gotten this. But it just took us too long. And now it's the tapped lands. Not exactly what we're looking for. I basically was waiting all this time so I could... That really just did not work the way I wanted it to at all. And now I guess I could have done it, but... Alright. They can pay this how many times? They have 3, 6, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they can do it 3 times, making it a 9. So, and they have 4, so they can make it 12 power. It's just straight up not good enough. Just straight up not good enough. I basically like have to fool them into blocking with Felidar. They don't have any reason to. Well, guess I'm thankful they did it this way. This does give us a chance. Although they can activate 3 times, so I think they can just kill us. Maybe not. No, I guess they can't because... They can't because they have to equip for 2. But, I mean, we don't have lethal, so it doesn't really matter. What an odd game. I really felt like we should have won that. I mean, it's not over yet, but I feel like we shouldn't be in the position we're in. Like, I held off on playing Royal Mage for 2 turns, hoping to top deck a land, and just got so punished for that decision. I don't know why they didn't attack there. They can double pump Charix. I mean, next turn they can just kill us with Charix. I don't know what to do about it. There's just not a thing I can do. Not a thing I can do. I'm dead. I'm dead. Like, can I trick them into anything else? Can just straight up hit us for 12 flying, and there's not a thing I can do about it, huh? Got nothing. Got absolutely nothing here. I wonder what they're splashing white for. Oh, Prowling fell at our splash, huh? Okay. No real need to show them that, I guess. But whatever, I don't care. I really don't care if they know about it. Maybe they won't attack us. Man, I really thought we were going to win that one too. Jeez. All right. So, lost to Charix. That's the first time in probably 110 drafts I've actually lost to a Charix, believe it or not. I don't think I've ever lost to that card before. But I guess there is a first time for everything. So they have Seagate Colossus. I can Broken Wings that. Guess I can Broken Wings Umara Wizard win. Yeah, Broken Wings looks pretty good here, actually. Especially with the kite sail, so we'll bring those in. And we can cut probably spare supplies, even though I like it. How hyper aggro are they? They're not that aggro. I could see cutting some of our early plays we don't need. Like, I could even keep the spare supplies and maybe cut, like, Squid and something. Maybe Reclaim. I don't have that much kicker, though. Prefer to not cut kicker. Prefer to cut a creature. If I was going to cut a creature, maybe Baloth, maybe Stomper. We'll say Baloth. I don't know why that one in particular. I'm just thinking maybe Baloth. This hand's really not that exciting, but we'll keep it. That was a good draw. That was a good draw. So this hand got good quick, which is nice. This is a hand I think can do some work for us. Uh-oh. All right. Royal Mage can get back. Yeah, that's true. Let's see here. We could get more damage on board. Royal Mage is cool here, but I don't see the need for it right now. We actually get this back, so I can keep the beats going with the Skydiver here. Guess we could play a land there. Suppose I don't need the colony here. That was a good rip. All right. Rock Slide Sorcerer. I don't even think we've seen anything that can trigger it. Which is odd. Guess Blightblade is good against Felidar. They do have the Sizzling Barrage, but guess it can attack into. Probably makes sense having the Death Toucher. And then we'll cut we will cut I guess the spare supplies. That's a tough one. I kind of want the spare supplies in case we get flooded, but I want all my kicker too. Keep this. I'm okay with having to play a Jwari Disruption. Not the end of the world. Geyser Mage into Visionaries. Not a bad start. Rabbit Bite's good too. Kind of okay with that. I'd rather play my Visionaries. So we can go Riptide Rabbit Bite. Kind of like that. And the reason I like this is we still have the Broken Wings for both Kite Sail or whatever they equip with Kite Sail, so I think that's good. Like if they play Charix, it's an actual way to kill Charix, which I think is cool. Or a way to kill Umara Wizard too. I'm okay with playing the 6 mana 6/6. If we rip the 7th land here... Oh, well, that was really good. So we'll try it again. Yeah. Didn't get the land, but not a huge deal. Yeah, I think we just kill that and get in. Sure. Still don't have that land, huh? No kicker, no land. They probably block with Cleric if I attack with Verazal, and then they can bash for 8 flying. I think we go Visionary. We need to find this land immediately. Alright, we found the land. That's good. So now we can get in with Verazal. It's like I said, I think they just block with Cleric, which is fine. Play Cobra. Play land. All right. All right. I think we finally have them. Getting that 7th land was tough, but we got there. All right. Whew. Closer than I wanted, but we got there. Ended up going 3-0. All right. Well, always nice to get a victory. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you for the next one.